my beloved child, my precious one, the one I have watched over since before your first breath. I am speaking to you now not from a distant throne, but from the space right beside you, from the quiet within your own spirit that you have been taught to ignore. I am not shouting, I am whispering, and the whisper is this: open up to me. I see the fortress you have built around your heart. I admire its architecture, the high walls of past hurt, the deep moat of disappointment, the guarded gate of self-protection. You built it stone by stone, thinking you were keeping the pain out. But my child, you have also locked me out. You have mistaken my knocking for another threat. You have seen my hand reaching for you and flinched, thinking it was another hand raised to strike. Today, I am not asking for a grand performance of faith. I am asking for a simple, terrifying, liberating act. Unbolt the door. Lower the drawbridge. Open up to me. Do you know what it means to open up? It means to stop pretending with me. It means to bring me the emotions you have labeled unacceptable. The rage that boils in your stomach. The jealousy that shames you. The lust that you fight in the dark. The despair that feels like a black hole in your chest. You have only ever brought me the polished, presentable pieces of your soul. You offer me your gratitude, but hide your grumbling. You show me your obedience, but conceal your resentment. You confess the sins you've conquered, but bury the temptations that still thrill you. This is not relationship. This is a performance, and I am weary of your performance. I did not send my son to die for a well-rehearsed puppet. I died for the real you, the broken, messy, glorious, fearful, magnificent you. Opening up means you stop the play. You walk off the stage of your own spiritual theater, sit down in the empty auditorium of your own heart, and finally have a real conversation with me. Let's begin with what you are afraid will happen if you open up. You fear I will be disappointed. You fear I will finally see what you have always suspected, that you are fundamentally flawed, unlovable at your core. You fear my wrath. You fear I will turn away. My child, hear this. I already see it all. The darkness you hide in the closet, the broken record of shame playing in your mind, the secret victories of pride, the hidden wills of grief. I see it. I have always seen it, and I have not turned away. My wrath was poured out on the cross, on my son, once and for all. There is no wrath left for you, only a love so fierce it will feel like fire, but a fire that purifies, not consumes. I am not a father who gasps in horror at his child's scraped knee. I am the father who kneels in the mud with you, cleans the wound, and holds you until the tears stop. Your fear of my rejection is a lie from the pit of hell, designed to keep you in the lonely fortress of your own making. The truth is, I am not repelled by your mess. I am drawn to it. For in your weakness, my strength is made perfect. In your confession, my grace finds its greatest showcase. Consider the intimacy I desire. I do not want your compliance. I want your companionship. I do not want your theological arguments. I want your honest questions. I do not want your ministry resume. I want your hidden tears. Opening up is the surrender of the internal dialogue you have with yourself about me. And the beginning of a real dialogue with me. It is you saying, God, I don't understand why you allowed this. It is you crying, God, this hurts so much, and I am angry at you. It is you whispering, God, I want this thing that I know is not of you. Help my want. This is the prayer that moves my heart. This is the raw material of true relationship. David, a man after my own heart, did not win that title by being sinless. He won it by being shockingly, brutally honest with me. He poured out his complaints, his fears, his doubts, his rage, his repentance, and his worship, all in the same breath. His psalms are not polite hymns. They are the messy, open journal of a soul that refused to hide from its God. That is what I want from you. So how do you start? Begin with silence. For 5 minutes today, sit in silence, not to empty your mind, but to fill it with my presence. Let the thoughts come, the to-do lists, the anxieties, the memories, and instead of fighting them, hand them to me. Say, "Here, God, this is what is in me right now." That is opening up. Then, begin to speak aloud when you are alone. Talk to me as you drive, as you wash dishes, as you lie in bed waiting for sleep. Talk to me about your day, not in holy language, but in your language. God, that traffic made me so mad. God, my coworker's comment really stung. God, I felt so proud of my kid today. This mundane daily sharing is the mortar that will rebuild the bridge between us. I know the walls were built for a reason. You were wounded by people, by the church, by life itself. You learned that vulnerability leads to pain, so you sealed the cracks. But in sealing out the pain, you also sealed out the light, the air, the love. I am not those people. I am not that institution. I am your creator, your redeemer, your closest friend. My love is a safe place. In my presence, your vulnerability will not be weaponized against you. It will be healed. The very act of opening up to me is the healing. As you speak the unspeakable, you will feel its power over you diminish. As you expose the hidden shame to my light, you will watch it evaporate. The fortress was a prison. Opening the door is your jailbreak. Do not wait until you feel clean enough to open up. Come dirty, come broken, come confused, come angry. The prodigal son rehearsed a speech of repentance, but before he could finish it, I was running toward him, embracing him, covering his filth with my finest robe. Your opening up is not the conclusion of a long repentance. It is the first step of your return. I am already running toward you. Will you stand there with your rehearsed speech, or will you drop it and let me hold you? Today, make the choice. Before this message ends, speak one true thing to me. One unfiltered sentence from the depths of your heart. It can be a cry, a question, a confession, a sigh. That is your first act of opening the door. I am right here. I am listening, and I will not turn you away. You have taken the first trembling step. You have whispered that one true thing into the silence. You have acknowledged the wall, and you have felt for the lock. That is a sacred courage, my child. Do not underestimate what you have just done. In the economy of heaven, that whispered honesty is a seismic event. Now, let us go deeper. Opening up is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle. It is the conscious, daily decision to live with the interior door of your soul unlatched, allowing me to walk in and out of the rooms you have kept closed for years. We move now from the doorway into the first room, the room of your past. I know you have bolted this door especially tight. You have pushed the heavy furniture of regret and shame against it. You tell yourself, what's done is done. No use looking back. But you are not keeping the past out. You are keeping it in, allowing it to haunt the hallways of your present. The memories you refuse to process with me are the ghosts that steal your present peace. Opening up to me about your past means you invite me, the Eternal One, who exists outside of time, into those frozen moments of pain, failure, and trauma. You let me bring my healing presence into the memory itself. I am not asking you to relive the trauma alone. I am asking you to relive it with me. Where you are alone, I will now be. In the memory of the betrayal, feel me standing beside you, my hand on your shoulder. In the memory of your own grievous failure, see me there, not with a condemning glare, but with tears of compassion for the pain your choice caused you and others. In the memory of loss, feel me holding you as you weep, for I was weeping with you even then, though you could not feel it. This is what it means to open the past. It is not an archaeological dig to assign blame. It is a divine restoration project. I am the restorer of streets to dwell in. I can restore those broken years, not by erasing them, but by infusing them with a meaning and a redemption that only I can give. Perhaps the hardest part of the past to open is the part where you felt I was absent. Where were you, God? That question itself is a form of opening up. Do not bury it. Scream it at me. I can bear it. I would rather have your angry, honest question than your silent, distant assumption that I am uncaring. Let us go there, to that hospital room, to that empty house, to that moment of abandonment. I was there. My ways are higher, and in your humanity, you could not perceive my activity. But I was moving in the unseen, orchestrating a rescue you could not comprehend, planting seeds of strength in soil tilled by sorrow. Open that moment to me. Let me show you the view from heaven's perspective. You will not get a full answer this side of eternity, but you will get something better, my comforting presence in the middle of the unanswered question. You will exchange the quest for an explanation, for the peace of a companionship that needs no explanation. And what of your own sin? The past is littered with choices that make you cringe. You have confessed them in general, but you have not opened them up. You have said, "Forgive my sins," but you have not said, "Father, let me tell you about the day I made that choice. Let me tell you about the loneliness, the pride, the fear, the desperation that led me there." I already know, but I long for you to know that I know and that I love you still. Opening up the sin is how you break its lingering power. You drag it from the shadowy recesses of secret shame into the liberating light of my confessed grace. There, in that light, it loses its power to define you. It becomes simply a chapter in the story of how my grace found you. This process will feel vulnerable. It will feel like undressing in front of a holy God. And it is. But remember this. I have already seen you naked and unashamed in the garden, and I have seen you covered in the filth of your own making. My response to both was the same, a desire for fellowship. I clothed Adam and Eve. I clothed you in the righteousness of Christ. You are already covered. Opening up is not for my discovery. It is for your healing. It is the difference between a wound bandaged in the dark, festering, and a wound exposed to the sunlight and cleansing air, where true healing can begin. So, today, set aside time. Go to a quiet place. In your mind, walk to a specific room in your past, a year, a season, an event. Picture me walking in with you. Describe it to me. Tell me what you saw, what you heard, what you felt. Then, be still. Listen, let me speak my truth into that memory. Let me place the balm of Gilead on that old wound. Let me show you the gold I was refining in that fire. This is sacred work. This is the deep healing that will cause the fortress walls around your present to crumble, for they are built on the unsettled rubble of your past. Do not rush. We have all the time in eternity. But start. Open the album of your life, and let us look at the pictures together. I will not turn a page until you are ready, but I am here, with you, in every snapshot, waiting to tell you the story of my love for you that is written between every line of your history. Now, my beloved, we turn from the rooms of the past to the most heavily guarded chamber in your fortress, the room of your present pain. This is the control room. Here the monitors flash with real-time data, your financial anxieties, the sharp words spoken just this morning, the dull, constant ache in your body, the fear for your child, the loneliness in your marriage, the suffocating pressure of deadlines. This is where you live, and this is where you have learned to manage, to cope, to survive. You sit in this chair, eyes darting from screen to screen, trying to maintain stability, believing everything depends on your vigilance. You have not opened this room to me because you fear that if you take your hands off the controls, even for a moment, it will all fall apart. You have invited me into your past as a historian and into your future as a dreamer, but you have barred me from your present as the manager. Today, I ask you to get up from the chair, open this room to me by saying, I cannot manage this anymore. You take the controls. This present pain is so immediate, so visceral, that it feels like the only reality. It shouts while my voice whispers. Its demands are urgent, while my invitation seems passive. But I tell you, the tyranny of the urgent is the enemy's ploy to keep you from the eternal. Your opening up in this moment is not about giving me a report. It is about surrendering the report itself. Stop telling me about the problem as if I am a consultant you've hired. Start handing me the problem as if I am the master who ordained this moment for your transformation. The difference is in the posture. One keeps you in charge, the other puts you in my arms. Look at the specific ache you are carrying right now. Is it relational? You have rehearsed the conversation, defended your position, nursed the wound. Open it up to me. Stop the mental rehearsal, and in the quiet, picture me stepping into that relationship with you. See me standing between you and that person. Let my love for them and my love for you flow like a river through the barren space between you. You are trying to fix with human diplomacy what only divine love can heal. Give me the relationship, truly. Say, Father, this is yours. I release my right to be right, my need for an apology, my plan for resolution. You write the next chapter. Is the pain financial? The numbers are real. The need is pressing. But your white-knuckled grip on the budget, your frantic mental calculations at 3 a.m., this is not faith. This is fear masquerading as responsibility. Opening up means you print out the bank statement, lay it before me, and say, this is what I have. This is what I owe. You are my provider. I will be wise, but I will not worry. The outcome is your department. Then you must do the radical thing. You must thank me for the provision you cannot yet see. Gratitude for future grace is the master key that unlocks the storehouses of heaven. It is the sound of the bolt sliding open on the door of scarcity. Is the pain physical? In this room, the monitors beep with symptoms, the fear whispers of decline, and hope feels fragile. You have opened up to doctors, to treatments, to diets. But have you opened up to me, the creator of your body? Have you brought me into the examination room, into the fatigue, into the pain itself? I am not just a last resort for healing. I am present in the very cell that is struggling. Speak to your body in my name, not with the desperation of a beggar, but with the authority of a child who knows their father is the great physician. Command peace, speak wholeness, and then, in a profound act of opening, thank me for your body. Even now, even here, thank me for the breath in your lungs, for the beat of your heart. This thanks is not denial. It is the defiant declaration that my life in you is greater than the death at work in your cells. Opening up the present pain requires a brutal honesty about your limitations. You are not enough. Your strength is not sufficient. Your wisdom has run out. This admission is not defeat. It is the prerequisite for victory. My power is perfected in acknowledged weakness. Your cry of I can't is the perfect vacuum that draws in my I am. When you finally stop managing, you make space for me to manifest. The miracle is not you suddenly gaining the strength to cope. The miracle is Christ in you, shining through the cracks of your broken coping mechanisms. So today, practice this opening in real time. The next moment of stress, of acute pain, of rising panic, let that be your trigger. Instead of tightening your grip on the controls, stop. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. breathe, and whisper, Jesus, I give you this moment. I give you this feeling. I give you this fear. It is yours. Manage it for me. This is the practice of the open hand. You have lived with clenched fists for so long, protecting what little you have. It is exhausting. Open your hands. Release your grip. You will find that in the open hand, you lose nothing I intend for you to keep, and you gain the capacity to receive everything I am pouring out. This room, the control room of your present, is meant to be a place of communion, not command. It is meant to be a place where you abide in the vine, not strive on your own branch. I am turning down the noise of the alarms. I am dimming the flashing lights. Come, sit on the floor with me. Let's just be here, in the middle of it all. Your silent, surrendered presence with me in the storm is a more powerful prayer than all your frantic petitions for the storm to stop. For in that surrender, you will find me. And finding me, you have found everything. My cherished one, we have journeyed through rooms of memory, present struggle, and rekindled dreams. Now we descend. We go below the well-furnished rooms of your conscious mind, below even the basement of remembered pain, to the foundation stone of your identity. This is not a room you decorated. This is the bedrock upon which your entire fortress was built, often without your conscious choice. Upon this stone are carved the words you have believed about who you are. Words like unworthy, damaged, too much, not enough, a disappointment, an imposter, unlovable. You have not merely closed this space. You have forgotten it exists. Yet every wall above trembles because this foundation is cracked. Opening up to me here is the most vulnerable, the most terrifying, and the most liberating act of all. It is allowing me to not just visit your life, but to rebuild your very self from the ground up. I want you to speak the core lie aloud. In the quiet, let it surface. What is the sentence that plays on a loop in your deepest being when you fail, when you are rejected, when you are alone? I am a mistake. I am unclean. I am a burden. That sentence is the inscription on the foundation stone. You have built a life of achievement, service, and even righteousness upon this cracked premise, trying to prove the lie wrong, or at least to hide it. But today, I ask you to stop building, stop proving, stop hiding. Open up this foundational space to me. Show me the stone. Let me read the words you have been too ashamed to even acknowledge. This is where your tears will come, not from a present hurt, but from an ancient wound. This is where the child you were meets the eternal I am. The lie was placed there by a parent's harsh word, by a peer's cruelty, by an abuser's violation, by a religious system's condemnation, or by your own interpretation of your early failures. You accepted it as truth, and you have been living out of its narrative ever since. Opening up means you finally challenge the authorship. You bring the stone to me, the original architect, and ask, is this what you wrote about me? And with a touch of my finger, I will begin to erase the old corrosive words. In their place, I will engrave the name I have for you. It is a name of strength, a name of belovedness, a name of purpose. It is a secret name that resonates with the very reason I breathed life into you. This process will feel like death. For the false self, the person you constructed to survive under the weight of that lie, must die. The one who hustles for worth, the one who people pleases for acceptance, the one who hides for safety, the one who performs for value. That constructed self is a weary guardian of a terrible secret. When you open the foundation and expose the lie, that guardian has no more purpose. It will feel like you are losing yourself, but you are not. You are losing your cage. The true you, the one I conceived in love before time began, is about to be unveiled. This is the glorious liberty of the children of God. How do we do this practical work? Through declaration and reception. First, you must declare the lie in my presence. Father, I have believed I am unworthy of love. Say it. Speak its full, ugly power. Then you must receive my counter-truth. You must sit in silence and let me speak over you. Let me rebuild your identity with scriptures that are not mere verses, but personal love letters. You are my chosen one, holy and beloved. You are the apple of my eye. You are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, my own special possession. Do not analyze them. Let them wash over the stone. Let them sink in. This is not positive affirmation. This is divine legal documentation. I am amending the original charter of your soul. This will be a battle. The enemy has held the deed to your life through this foundational lie for years. He will rage as you open it up. He will send feelings of intense shame, waves of old memories, and voices of accusation to try to scare you back into the fortress. Stand firm. Your act of opening is itself a declaration of war. And you are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from the victory of the cross, where every lie about your identity was legally nullified. When the shame comes, say, I am opening this to Jesus. He has the final say. When the memories flood, say, I am bringing these to the healer now. This is how you walk out the renewal of your mind. Beloved, this is the core of everything. A past healed, a present surrendered, a dream revived. All of it will eventually crumble again if built upon the old, cracked foundation of a false self. But from this day, as you open this deepest place to me, we begin new construction. Stone by stone, truth by truth, we will build a life not on shifting sand of human approval or personal performance, but on the unshakable rock of who I say you are. You will no longer ask the world, who am I? You will tell the world, this is who I am in Christ. From that place of settled identity, every other opening becomes an act of power, not of fear. Take a breath. We are in the holy of holies of your soul. There is no rush. My grace is your atmosphere here. When you are ready, whisper the lie. I am listening, and I am already holding the new stone engraved with your true name, ready to make the exchange. Beloved, now we move from the interior chambers out into the courtyard. We have opened the doors of the past, the present, the dreams, and the very foundation of who you are. Now I ask you to open a gate you may have forgotten is part of your fortress, the gate of your will and obedience. This is the portcullis, the heavy grated gate that controls what comes in and what goes out. You have kept it locked, not out of fear, but out of a fierce, misguided sense of ownership. You have freedom. I tell you the opposite is true. Your will, when locked in defiance or even in fearful hesitation, is the narrowest prison of all. Obedience to me is the widest expanse of liberty you will ever know. Look at Abraham. I called him to leave everything familiar, his country, his kindred, his father's house. I gave him a promise, but no map. Opening the gate of his will meant packing up and walking into the unknown, holding only my word. His obedience unlocked a covenant that changed history. Your obedience may not reshape nations, but it will reshape your destiny. What is the I am calling you to leave? The comfortable complaint? The secret sin that feels like a companion? The relationship you know is pulling you from me? The career path that provides security but strangles your calling? The gate is heavy because what lies beyond it is a promised land you cannot yet see, and the desert journey to get there feels threatening. But I am the pillar of cloud and fire. I do not just give orders, I provide the presence that makes the journey possible. You hesitate because you want a full itinerary before you surrender the keys. You want to know the outcome, the cost, the timeline. But faith is obeying without the itinerary. Trust is handing over the keys because you know the character of the driver, not because you have seen the destination. Every act of obedience is a brick removed from the wall of your self-sovereignty. And with every brick, more of my light floods in, illuminating the next step, and only the next step. This is how we walk, not by your sight, but by my spirit. This opening is practical. It happens in the moments of your day. It is the choice to hold your tongue when you want to retaliate. It is the decision to kneel in prayer when you want to binge watch. It is the act of kindness for someone who can never repay you. It is the courageous, truthful conversation you have been avoiding. Each of these is you, standing at the gate, choosing to use my key instead of your own. It is in these small obediences that your spiritual muscles are trained for the larger leaps of faith I have prepared. Do not be overwhelmed. I am not a tyrant demanding blind submission. I am a loving father training a hare. We are in this together. When I ask something of you that feels beyond your strength, that is your cue to open your mouth and say, Father, I am willing, but I am weak. You must will and work in me to accomplish this. That very prayer is an act of opening the gate. It is you acknowledging that even your obedience is a gift of grace from me. I will supply the desire and the power. Today, identify one key on your ring, one area where you have consistently said, this is mine to manage. Your schedule, your diet, your entertainment, your finances, your romantic life. Bring that one key to me. Hold it in your open palm and say, this is yours. Show me the first step of obedience in this area. I trust your management more than my own. Then watch for my gentle, firm direction. It will come. And as you turn that key in the lock with trembling hands, you will hear the sound of freedom, the groaning of a heavy gate swinging open to a horizon you were always meant to explore. The fortress of self-will is a lonely command post. The journey with me is an adventure. You are swapping a prison for a pilgrimage. My child, you have handed me the keys to the inner gates. Now let us step outside the walls altogether. We come to the final and perhaps most startling opening, the opening of your need for control over outcomes. This is not a door in your fortress. It is the very air the fortress exists within. You have lived in a sealed environment of your own expectations, trying to control not just your actions, but the results of those actions. You have prayed, but with a secret script for how I should answer. You have obeyed, but with a hidden demand for a specific reward. You have loved, but with a quiet expectation of love in return. When the outcome deviates from your script, you feel betrayed by life, by others, and ultimately by me. Opening up here means you let go of the script. You surrender the director's chair. You accept that you are an actor in my story, and you trust the director's vision, even when your character endures a plot twist you never saw coming. This is the sanctification of your expectations. You must open your hands and release the how and the when. You have confined my power to your preferred methods and timelines. You want healing, but only through miraculous instant recovery, not through the slow, painful journey of treatment and trust. You want provision, but only through a windfall, not through the daily manna that teaches you dependency. You want restoration, but only on your terms of apology and justice, not through my mysterious, often slow, work of grace in another heart. By clinging to the how, you have often missed me working in the what is. Look at my servant Job. He lost everything: wealth, health, children. His friends offered him tidy scripts. You must have sinned. Repent and God will restore. But my script was different. It was a story of cosmic trust, a demonstration that a man could love God for God alone, not for the blessings he provides. Job's opening came when he finally stopped demanding an explanation and said, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him." He released the outcome, and in that release, he encountered me in a way that made his former blessed life seem like a mere rumor. The restoration came, yes, but it was almost an afterthought to the glory of the relationship forged in the fire of surrendered outcomes. Opening up your need to control results is an act of supreme worship. It is you saying, God, your wisdom is better than my wish list. Your story is better than my script. Even if this never turns out the way I hope, you are still good and you are still God. This is the faith that moves mountains, not because it guarantees a particular landslide, but because it is rooted in the unshakable character of the mountain mover. When you pray, your will be done, you are not resigning yourself to fate. You are actively aligning your desires with the will of the one whose will is perfect love. You are trading your small, fragile story for a role in the grand, eternal epic. This means you must learn to hold your hopes with an open palm. You can dream, you can pray, you can work, but you must leave the outcome to me. This is the opposite of passivity. It is active trust. It is working as if everything depends on you, while praying as if everything depends on me, and then resting in the knowledge that it actually all depends on me. The anxiety that plagues you is the direct result of your mental effort to manage outcomes you were never meant to manage. Today, I am calling you to a mental Sabbath. Every time you catch yourself projecting a future conversation, calculating a worst-case scenario, or rehearsing a defense, stop. That is your cue. In that moment, speak this truth. Outcomes are God's department. My department is trust and obedience in this present moment. This opening will bring a peace you cannot fabricate. It is the peace that guarded the heart of my son in Gethsemane when he prayed, "Not my will, but yours be done." He held the salvation of the world in his hands and still surrendered the outcome to me. If he, being perfect, could trust me with the outcome of the cross, can you not trust me with the outcome of your job interview, your child's choices, your health report? Your life is hidden with Christ in me. The same power that submitted to the cross and exploded from the tomb is at work in your circumstances. You can trust the process because you know the author. So today, practice. Identify one situation where you are tightly gripping a desired outcome. Feel the tension in your spirit. Now, consciously place that situation into my hands. Visualize it. Speak it. Father, I give you the outcome of this. I trust you. I trust your heart. I trust your timing. I trust your methods. I release my need to see it happen my way. You may have to do this 100 times a day. That is okay. Each release is a thread of the fortress wall unraveling, letting in more light, more air, more of me.